I do think I want to speed that up. 35,000 weekly profit. Holy moly, what did I just do? Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Company Freeplay with me, Spacefish, and welcome to company that's worth now more than $1 million. So, if you'll remember, in the last episode we finally set up this conveyor belt right here, and we finally got our new calculated production up and running, which you can see in the market phase right here. We finally progressed that a few episodes back, and other than that, I'm pretty sure everything's still running just about fine. The pocket computer is coming up on another market phase, and the courier bot is apparently coming up on another one as well. So few things for us to take care of for us right there, but I do have some courier route problem here, apparently, supposedly. I don't really quite like that, so let's try and check it out. I'm really not quite sure as to what the problem may be, though, which is, you know, a bit of an issue, so I don't know, let's click our way through it, let's see if we can find out. It does not look... Wait. What? Why does this thing not have a route assigned to it? Oh wait, no. Ha, right, confusion. So, maybe it's this one then, is it? So we've got this pallet from which he picks up stuff that he brings over to courier pallet 7, alright? Then he goes to 8, he takes the output, he goes to 9, and that's about it. And like, it looks like the issue is somewhere out there around like one of these courier pallets down here, and it can really only be this one. Maybe the issue is that the pallet is full? I don't quite understand, because, I mean, these should not be attached to any sort of courier route, right? Well, actually, these... Oh. Ah. Maybe that's what the issue is. I mean, that's not the courier route related issue, but... Well, I mean, that's fine, because we're not selling that thing anymore anyway. So let's, get rid of that. Let's get that up. Missing supply. Is this a manual thingy here? Yeah, it is. Okay. So you've got this Keith 600C out here. What do you mean missing supply? That's being supplied. I don't even know what... Okay. Does that... No, that does not solve the courier route issue. Confuse me more. I'm really not quite sure what the issue is. Should we look at what this guy is doing real quick here? Why are you still carrying chemicals? Is that your issue? Let's see what he does when he gets to this pallet here. He picks some plastics up, still has the chemicals on there. Well, this thing's just full. I don't know. Don't quite understand what the issue may be right there. That said... No recipe. Yeah, that's fine. That said, we do still have a lot of things in our inventory, so I think it's kind of time to get some research data off of these. And as this thing is kind of the smallest stack, I'm just going to start with battery stacks. I'm going to max it out. I'm going to start analysis. You're going to analyze away, buddy, and we are going to go back and focus on other things. So, down here we've got our whole courier bot production, which should overall be somewhat fine. I'm sure, you know, it's not perfectly efficient and everything the way that we set it up, but it is doing pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. But that said, this thing is very, very close to the next market phase. So let's progress that phase just right here, and we're still at the same mark. Did you guys see the market appeal change? Because, like, the potential sales are definitely still at exactly the same number, so, interesting? Don't quite get that one. We can also progress the pocket computer, but before we look back at that, I'm kind of considering to stock up my research capabilities at the moment, because as you all can see, I mean, I don't know, there's really not that much going on up here. Like, we... really, I feel, could be progressing a bit faster. Then again, I mean, the thing is, right, I've got all these side products that I would kind of like to actually get somebody to research those. But then on the other hand side, I mean, like, given where we currently are in the market, I just don't feel the need to like get more modules, but at the same time, you know, we still need a lot of these points to actually get to the next product. So kind of split on that. I'm not quite sure I want to decide on that just yet. Maybe that's something we can decide on the next episode. I mean, if you all have some input on that for me, definitely make sure. So let me know down below. Would be very interested in your guys' thoughts on that. That said, I mean, the only thing that we really have got to do at the moment is progress the pocket computer market phase. So let's do that. Currently at 18 sales a week, which we're easily hitting, so we need to keep it there. Market appeal is going down like mad, so definitely got to catch up on that with a bit of a discount for the time being. Now, 23% is quite a lot. I'm not quite sure it's enough though, to be honest, because like, I know. Like, the thing is, this is obviously all running very, very nice and fine and chill, so maybe I want to just keep it that way until I can actually upgrade the workbenches to, like, advanced electronics workbenches and mechanics workbenches and everything, and then just keep the setup that way? That would be an idea, but that would mean I think we really need to work on our research, because I think it's kind of slowing us down, honestly. Like, as much as we have all the stuff that we need, it's just like, we would maybe need more stuff for different things if we were researching a bit faster. So I do think I want to speed that up. 35,000 weekly profit. Holy moly. What did I just do? What? That's like my profit record by a long shot. I'm pretty sure we're never going to hit that ever again. Like, 35 grand. What? How did I even manage to do that just now? Absolute madness. Holy moly. Yeah. That's like a profit record for the history books right there. Holy moly. Alright. So, let's maybe just look at different designs real quick for our pocket computer already, and then we can just kind of see where we want to go with this. Like, we can already have a design ready, and then we'll eventually decide on future ways of action. So what we want right now is like battery life on top, which I don't have the space to produce batteries up there, so that's already a first issue. And then we've got processing power, which, I mean, processing power, maybe I can up that. Potentially. It's not really that easy though. Like, ideally, I think we need better workbenches for that. So, like, I think the way to go would probably be, would it be, I think it would honestly be programmable circuits. Like, we could do dual logic circuit as well. Maybe that's actually even the simpler solution, because we really just would need to upgrade the workbenches probably. That said, doesn't look like you can even make those with advanced electronics workbenches, so, maybe that's not actually the truth. And wait, I can't. Maybe I can only see the advanced electronic workbenches part of things when I've actually unlocked them. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe these things are just not advanced enough to even make those in these workbenches. Very interesting. Nevertheless, that said, this stuff, I mean, well, like one battery stack would be pretty decent, so that's like not too hard of a production. Does also though mean that we would need more space, and it wouldn't really boost the market appeal that much. Like, processing power does seem to be the prevalent thing that we need to take care of right here. So I'm just gonna get like a base design going right now, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be proceeding for the time being anyways. Now that is a bit of an issue right there. I am thinking we can maybe puzzle this stuff around a bit though to solve that. Yeah, something like that. It's fine. And that way we are at 3.8 market appeal again without any discounts. But yeah, so programmable circuit does add a little bit of complexity to it, and I don't quite think we can solve with the space we have. And same thing for the battery stack. I mean, just looking at this is obviously all very, very crammed. So gotta kind of think of how to do that in the future, but for the time being, I think I'm gonna kind of keep it where it is for now. Maybe we can, you know, move the Courier pallets up here a little bit and get like another table squeezed in right there, but it's all very tight deal, so for the time being, I'm going to keep it right there, and I am going to go and look back at research now, because, holy moly, that was a week. Wait, I want to see what the next one's going to be. That's going to be, like, yeah, 20k, though. Still very, very, very decent, I have to say. That's a lot of money right there, but, like, 35,000 bucks a profit. Holy moly, guys. That's, like, yeah. That's like probably like double or triple my last record, so probably even more close to triple, so pretty mad. That said, I want to look back at research, as I said, so I think the plan right here will be to kind of just squeeze a research table in wherever I can without blocking anything off. Maybe we can just make it like this for the time being. That should still leave the space needed, and we'll also cram in an analysis table. That should be rather close to this whole, oh, there's a door right there. Okay, I mean, that's perfect. So they can still get out. So we can just get the analysis desk right here going. And what are we making at the moment? Battery stacks, is it? It does look like it's battery stacks, actually. I mean, there's a bunch more stuff in there. But let's go and select battery stacks. And let's hire somebody. Is this an auto logistics zone? It's manual, actually. Okay, so gotta actually tell her to get that stuff from there. Does look like we're kind of low on battery stacks, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, you know, you can all start researching off of single cell batteries as well. I wouldn't mind that at all, and I'm just going to throw all my single cell batteries in there for you. And then, you know, we can kind of get it going that way, and maybe eventually I'm going to hire somebody else to take care of things for you. Now, the issue apparently being that as I don't have a way in for these things, they can actually pick those out of there. So that's a bit of an issue. Alright, so I'm going to actually hire another person to do more of these battery stacks for me then. And this seems to all still be configured, so that's pretty nice. And then I'm going to actually hire somebody. Why is it telling me missing an employee right there, but it isn't telling me that right there? I don't know, maybe it's kind of registered that I'm using that desk for myself, and that's why it's not, you know, being like, oh, you're doing something wrong, mates. I really don't know. That said, let's get to some more analysis with my toon, shall we? Alright, so that's going to hopefully boost our research speeds by quite a bit. We still have those two tables that we can work on our own and, you know, actually contribute a bit of stuff to that as well that way. Other than that, how are we doing for market phases? Cassette player is actually coming up on the next one. We're at a market appeal of 3.9 at the moment though, and we don't even seem to be needing this discount. Let's get it back down to 16. Look at that. We're not even consistently selling 18, so I'm just going to get it back down to the non-discounter price and get some more profit out of it that way. Because obviously we're not quite hitting the whole production target anyway, so no need at all right there. We've also still got people down here making these conveyor parts, which is fine. As I said, I want to actually go and get myself up to 100, and then I'm just going to start firing people down here because, you know, I don't need to pay for people working around that, you know, don't even produce anything for me that I need. That said, we're doing so good for profit, 26k. I feel like, are the market phases actually helping us? Are we actually getting more profit out of it, so to speak? Like, are the, oh god, come on, I just really want to get rid of my notifications, no need to go all the way to the right, but I feel that as we go through the market phases, the, like, costs for products also rise, and that really helps us out as well, so, wow, 26k, I mean, like, jeez. That's pretty nice, isn't it, guys? I'm really enjoying it. So, that said, though, how are we going to proceed on this stuff? We've got the gearbox and jointed segments as far as I can tell from the whole campaign mode. That's really more for robotics kind of thing, so maybe not something to focus on. Acoustic ester foam could be something that may be interesting, or like some processing power kind of deal, you know, something along the lines up here. I think I want to start with the acoustic ester foam for the time being. Did we already get a... Yeah, we already got a bod chassis going, so that's really nice. Optimizing circuit. What's that? It looks like with the leaves, it kind of looks like it's going to be more, I don't know, more advantageous for like ecological footprint or something, you know, maybe like power used or something, I don't know. Very interesting one. Maybe that's something to get as well, you know, just like the basic improvement modules before we move on to anything else. That said, I think I need to pull my tune off the research here for 1 second, because we've got so much research data. And, well, kind of a lot of research to do, so I'm just going to help out that way instead. That said, I mean, everything down here is just running so smooth. Like, I don't feel there's much of anything for me to look after right now, which is kind of interesting, but we should be coming up on a market phase right here, yeah, with the cassette player, so looks kind of like it's still going to take a week or two, though. So, with me really just mostly doing research, and I'm still waiting for that market phase, I'm thinking I'll place a quick cut here for you all, and I'll be right back with you. Alright everybody, and I'm back, and we just hit 30k in profit again. I don't even know what's going on. It's absolutely mad the amount of money we're making at the moment. I really want to actually look at financials too, I have to say. That's kind of... Holy moly! We just upped our net worth by like 25% within like half an episode. That's absolutely mad. We literally just hit 1 million. We're... Holy moly. We're going to hit 10 million in no time. That's going to be absolutely mad. That said, we're just about to sell the last few cassette players right here before we hit the new market phase, and we're also just about to finish the research, so there's going to be new stuff for us to do, most definitely. So, let's look at this then. We are across the line for units sold right here, so what I'm actually kind of interested in, right? Additional market demand for the markets level 1 to 4. And then 1 to 5. So that's actually kind of crazy, because we're getting like products actually dipping into market phase 5 now. And the level up for demand on market phase 5 is only going to happen here, when we have spent 8,000 research. So maybe I should actually up that research by a bunch more. Because, like, holy moly. That said, before we actually change the market phase, let's just focus on research and actually spending some of that good research data. So, I'm going to go down here, and I am actually going to go for this optimizing circuit before we go for any other parts. And then we're going to focus on proper parts again, right? Not like the getting rid of drawbacks kind of parts, but like the actual getting some usefulness in there kind of parts instead. That said, let's look at this. So, we have got our cassette player, 304 out of 300 units sold. Let's actually kind of look at if the price changes or something. We're kind of selling an average of like 11, 12-ish a week. We've got peaks at like 14, 15, but I think if we kind of average it, we'll probably end up at like 12. You know, if like a few extras amass one week, they'll probably sell off the other week anyways. So that's kind of what we want to aim for here. We're currently selling them for 120. Look at that. Ooh, that's actually so nice though. Look at that. So the price actually goes up pretty drastically with the market phase changes. That said, potential sales next week 7. So I think like kind of part of that issue right there is also that we're not getting the additional market demand from where we currently are at. But I'm going to get it up to 12 again, which is still going to leave us with more money. And this actually explains why we were making all that money, because like, that's pretty dank. Alright, we're just making 80 bucks more. Even though we put a discount on it, we are making 80 bucks more than we used to. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. That's gonna make our profit go up even higher, like... Oh, God. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Like, we are swimming in money right now. We're about to hit 1 million in cash this episode, like... We actually got to invest that money into something, and I think that something's got to be research. Like, wow. Let's actually go and buy this building right here, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to move all the research tables over into this building, and we're going to keep this building to analysis only, so that we can kind of, you know, get some more analysis going without having to change much of anything, having to move like the courier thingies all the way over and stuff. So we're going to make this the research facility right there, just like that, and now we've got some good space for some extra analysis. That said, I actually, wow, oh wait, I never upgraded these workstations. Okay, so I don't even need more of these production workstations, I can really just upgrade the workstations, and that way we can hopefully accelerate that a bit. That said, I'm actually going to up the bandwidths right here. I'm really not sure why I never did that. This is actually kind of new as well, isn't it? You can change things in here. I really like that. Don't have to go into logistics mode to actually change how much of what you want to have in there. So really kind of neat, I have to say. So I'm going to up the bandwidth of all of these things. I'm going to up the bandwidth of these two. And then we are just going to go and get ourselves a bit more research and analysis desks. So just going to up it by 1 for the time being. I think, you know, you don't want to totally overdo it for a start. I'm just going to close her in, because she doesn't need to move anywhere, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be fine. We're going to hire somebody for this table now, because that way we can close her in eventually as well, and just, you know, use that research desk for ourselves for the time being. Then we've got the analysis desk right here, and I'm going to hire somebody for this one right here, because we don't have a shelving rack for this thing yet, so this is going to be my personal one for the time being. I'm going to hire somebody here. I'm going to tell them to make battery stacks, or, you know, analyze battery stacks, actually, and pull them from there. Okay, so that should hopefully... Why would you not access that from the different side? Like, okay, that should hopefully, though, boost our research by even more. I am going to go and move myself over here, and I'm going to just work on researching things myself out here. So, with that said, let's uncouple the camera. And look at this. We're now really nicely starting to accelerate towards the 3,500 mark right there. So really liking that. And I think it does make sense that we're starting to spend a bit more of that profit. Because honestly, I mean seriously, what are we going to do with $1 million in the bank? There's absolutely nothing going to come from that. We may as well spend it on research and getting better parts that we can make better products off of to make more profit in the future, right? Just reinvesting the money instead of actually just keeping it in the bank for no reason whatsoever. So, that said, how are we doing down here? I think that's close enough, to be honest. Before I forget about it, let's say bye-bye to all these employees. I'm really sorry. Thank you very much for your service. Very much appreciated. I'm sure you're going to be back sometime to make some more of these conveyor parts. But, you know, for the time being, this production line is going to be shut down. Other than that, how are we doing with this? Potential sales of 13 a week now. Did we just get more market demand in that market without anything happening? Because I'm pretty sure I lowered it to a point when we sold 12 a week. Now we're at 13. Which is kind of interesting because apparently, I mean, we're apparently still able to hit that target, which is kind of interesting. How many do we have right now? 5, 10, and 13. We're still able to hit that, which is interesting. Very interesting. Back up to 25k in profit, which is very nice as well. But yeah, so I don't quite get what happened there, but I'm pretty fine with it. Calculators on the other hand side, that was quite the dip, that was quite the rise. I think that was probably just some kind of little hiccup in logistics or something right there. So that can stay the way that it is for the time being. That said, we're also getting very close to phase number 5, and this thing's still very far out. Courier bots, by the way. Holy moly. Like, we're just able to keep selling them at like 16 a week without any issue whatsoever. We're not making... Maybe we should actually look back at courier bots and try and optimize it to where we can actually fully utilize both assembly tables. What are you overall just missing out here? It looks like it's small DC motors and metal bot chassis? So for small DC motors, would we have the input frequencies for that? I'm not quite sure, I'll have to say. But maybe we can try. Because like we do have space down here, so we could like in theory still add another table and see if that works out for us. So honestly, with all the money that we have and all the profit that we're making, why not? Let's go and build one table out here, and I'm just going to get small DC motors out there, and then we're going to see if that totally solves the bottleneck, or if some other bottleneck develops, and if it does, you know, we're going to add another table on, and so on, so we can actually fully utilize both of these assembly tables, and, you know, sell a few more of these things, because these seem to be very profitable for us at the moment, so I do think it does kind of make sense to take care of that. That said... Wait, did I still have these weird random connections out here that nobody wanted in their lives? Seems very much like it, right? I never took care of that, actually. That's kind of a big issue. You know, it's kind of very inefficient goods movements right there. Like, I don't need stuff from here and everything. So, like, I'll need to fix this. Maybe I actually need to go into manual on the zone as well, just to kind of get rid of those issues right there, because I really don't fancy that. That said, I think that is going to be something that we're going to be taking care of in the next episode. So I really want to look more into this, you know, up the usage of these assembly tables, actually sell out our potential, because as you could see right here, we've got 26 potential sales a week at the moment. No, wait, that's the calculator. 16, which is still very nice, and with us hitting this mark soon, and this gonna be going in phase 3, so that's going to be very well within this milestone of like more demand between 1 and 4. We're probably going to stay around this mark, and without even putting any big discounts on it, so we're going to make even more money off it. And if we can fulfill that demand, we're probably going to make a lot more money. So I think that's something that we're going to be looking at in the next episode. But for the time being, this is going to be it for today. So I do hope that you all enjoyed it. We are steaming ahead in company valuation and bank account money. Like, we're nearly at 1.5 million already, which is absolutely mad. Nearly at 1 million in the bank, which we honestly need to spend some of that money. And well, overall, really doing good and really proceeding very nicely. So with that said, I think it's time to end this episode right here. I do hope you liked it. If you did, please make sure to that like button down below. That does always help to support the channel. And if you're new around here and did enjoy this episode and would like to stay around for more good company content or some of my other videos, also definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it to stay up to date in all the future upcoming episodes. That said, as always, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.